What's up, AfterBuzzers? I have a question for you. Do you want to be on top? America's Next Top Model After Show starts now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I'm beautiful away, 'cause I make no mistakes. I'm on the right track, baby. I was born this way.
Ooh, yes. It's Tuesday.
This song is shimmy appropriate, right?
Absolutely. Look. Shimmy, get it.
Yeah.
Yes, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the America's Next Top Model After Show on AfterBuzz TV. Give us a like, subscribe to us on iTunes and YouTube. Without further ado, we're going to be talking America's Next Top Model, Cycle 24, Episode 6, Beauty is Pride. Let me introduce my lovely models to my left.
Hey guys, I'm Mina Wahab, and you can follow me on Instagram at Mina Makes Magic.
Hey everybody, it's Ashley Allen here, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Ashley Reed Allen.
And I'm Oliver Drennan. Follow me on all social media platforms at Ollie Dreamer. And we have to give a shout out to the queen herself,
Queen.
Tyra Banks.
Shout out Tyra.
We did our little photo shoot, and she reposted it for us on her IG for all the fans who are, recreating. Look, there we are.
That was super exciting, not gonna lie. I was like freaking out
Who
when
would've
that
thought?
happened.
Oh my god, like it's Tyra.
Yes. Top, I think we all described that. Ashley, you're killing this photo.
She's
I am.
killing
It's the eye
She
contact.
killed it.
Eye contact.
It's the smize.
Thank
She
you.
mastered the smize.
I
right
love
there.
it. I love it. And we have to give a shout out to Mike as well, who unfortunately isn't here this week, but he'll be back. So shout out to Mike. Follow him. Make sure you give him love and support as well.
Yes.
I think I'm in the bottom last week. I think I might have been in the bottom. Maybe. Oh, Mike got eliminated. That's why.
Oh.
Me and him were in the
That's
bottom.
why he's not here. Dang, Mike, you gotta do better.
Oh God.
It's okay. We
He'll
have
make a
another
comeback.
chance to redeem ourselves today.
Yes.
Let us know in the comments section what photo challenge you want us to do.
Yes,
Yes.
guys.
And we want you guys
Yes.
to join in with us.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think you guys should recreate the photo this week. So do a very prideful one. If you have a drag queen on hand, take a picture with a drag queen and send it to us, please, and we'll show it on the show.
Yes.
So, guys, what are your initial thoughts of what just went down? Because there was lots of drama this week.
There was a lot. This was a really fun episode, though. I loved it
Yeah.
thematically.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it in terms of the drama. Like, I felt like everything. I have no criticism of this episode at
It
all.
was a
Yeah.
good episode.
It was fun. Like, I
loved
was
it.
laughing. I kept, like, interrupting every 2 seconds to, like, say something. I'm really annoying to watch with, I know. But I was just, like, so into it. I loved it.
Yeah.
Well-
I loved it too. It was very inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was a good insight also to what the industry is like and the people that you're going to be working with. You're going to be working with people from all different walks of life. So
Yeah, absolutely.
we support it. We
Because
love it.
clearly it was Pride Week, so they were filming in June, I remember, because I went to Pride, so I think it was June. So, there's drama with Brandy K and Christina. There's also drama with Liberty. And we're going to get into Liberty because obviously Liberty is pro-Trump, so she has these views on feminism and also the LGBTQ community as well. And also, Brandy, going back to Brandy, she's also basically coming out on this show. So shout out to her. She's from Tennessee. And, we're in LA. I think this is a more liberal area.
Yeah.
Whereas Brandy, she, gets to come to LA and be very more open. She used to go to LA Pride for crying out loud. So I was really Team Brandy on this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're so much in our own bubble that we don't realize how a lot of the country thinks.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of the reasons Trump got elected in the first place is because all of these people felt so silenced to share their opinions openly. So, I mean, I guess like the light at the end of the tunnel or the bright side of this is that Liberty does feel somewhat comfortable enough to share these opinions, even though they're very unpopular opinions that we don't agree with. But I think it's still important to have that freedom of speech and allow her to speak her 2 cents, even if we strongly
Absolutely.
disagree
Yeah.
with what she's saying.
And hopefully she learns from this experience. Like she said, she's never seen a drag queen before. She's never been to Pride Week. So hopefully her being on this show and experiencing and taking this in will shed some light on it's okay to be around and accept things that are different, that you're not used to. So
It
that's
almost,
the beauty of life.
yeah,
It shouldn't always be so safe.
It almost reminds me of exposure therapy, though, in psychology. Like, if you're afraid of rats, to just put someone in, like, this thing filled with rats. Like, I feel like Liberty just didn't know how to act, and
Conquer
she was
your fears.
internally freaking out.
Yeah, definitely conquer your fears, and I think a lot of people are afraid of things that they don't really necessarily know or educated in, and just educate yourself. There's nothing to be afraid of. Like, the LGBTQ community, we do not bite. I promise you that. We don't have a disease. There ain't nothing wrong with us. We're just like you. We're just a little bit more flamboyant sometimes, okay? But this week, there was a pop-up challenge at Mickey's, and WeHo, woo! Gotta give a shout-out to WeHo. I haven't been there in a minute. Do y'all like WeHo?
I love
I
West
do.
Hollywood. I like Abby a lot. I feel like everyone who works at the Abbey is the nicest person in the world.
Abby's fun.
I must say, I've never been to Pride Week in LA.
You
but
need to.
That looked a lot of fun. I've been in Chicago, but LA?
This year you're going to LA Pride, and I'm going to see you there.
We're
You too,
gonna have
Mina.
a field trip, all of us.
Yeah, we're going to have our own runway challenge.
Yeah.
We want to see you there,
That
too.
would be, yeah. We get to design or style ourselves.
But with this challenge, I forget I think the designer was Christian Cavan?
Come on, yeah.
Anyways, they get to wear his outfits, and the winner of the challenge, the runway challenge, they get to walk in his show at New York Fashion Week. So that's an amazing prize.
Yes.
You know, so I want to ask you guys, who do you think was the strongest out of the bunch in this challenge before we get to who won it?
Okay, 1 second, because I totally ruined it. In the runway challenge?
The runway challenge.
Christiana and Erin. Erin's walk wasn't that great, but her presentation, I think the pink looked really good on her skin. And then just that little butt smack at the end. I was like, yes, go girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I loved Erin's. It felt very 80s to me. Like, girls just want to have fun and, like, just getting like, really into it. And it was super fun. And the butt slap at the end, she just like did that. It was a nice touch. But I would say Sandra, I actually really liked her walk because she was like, she got into it at the end. Like when she was at the very end of the catwalk, I felt like it was like the first time we actually saw personality. And I think that's why I liked it so much, was because I was expecting something super bland. And when she did her little thing at the end of the catwalk, I was like, okay, she has a little bit of personality.
She was boring.
She's not that Kim Kardashian to me.
Sandra's beautiful.
I didn't think so.
She's very beautiful.
But like, I forgot about her in this episode because they didn't show her. But that's totally editing. You know, you're gonna get more screen time with people who are gonna be causing more drama, or who are going home this week. Like they showed a lot of, skipping ahead, like Liberty and Kyla. So you know who's gonna be in the bottom and gonna be in hot water at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't really notice Sandra, but I noticed Gina. Gina killed it. You know, she did her little reveal at the end, showed her beautiful bald head with her beautiful face. And I loved how she rhinestoned it. She bedazzled her beautiful dome.
Yes.
You know, and she has such good skin, by the way, too. And the girls got to style themselves. They got to pick out the pieces and their makeup. So
which I thought that was fun. Like that's the first time we get to see them be creative on their own and really create their look from head to toe. So I really like that.
I love that aspect to it, and it also tells me that Christiana is so multi-dimensional because she has the eye of a creative and of a designer, and I feel like she can do it all, which makes her such a huge asset in the modeling world and the fashion industry, because she's easy to work with, but she also brings her own ideas. But when she was doing her whole runway walk, I thought it was so funny because it was so dramatic. It was so weird. And I've been to a lot of these fashion shows in the past where they take themselves so seriously, but they do like these ridiculous things, and I just can't keep it together when I'm watching. I'm like, this is so over the top ridiculous.
She was telling a story though, you know, like she was. It was about like coming out. It was coming out. She was, you know, kind of being like the sheltered character in the closet per se, and then she just like took off the jacket and she just strut, and I loved it. I was like, this girl's gonna win. And I also agree with you guys. I loved Erin. I love the side pony, total 80s, early 90s, you know. And I was like, okay, Erin's, you know, she's not gone yet. You know, work at 42-year-old mom,
I wish
grandma
they had
too.
the "I'm Coming Out" song. That would have been perfect. Coming out.
Hey,
I want the
we need a gay anthem track list. Okay.
We need all of that.
Also, let's talk about Kyla, because Kyla was also featured heavily in this episode. And I was thinking throughout this whole entire episode, I think Kyla's gonna get cut because of this, the way they edited it. But Kyla, you know, I really wanted her to do well in this because she's an activist. But she kind of was a little weak. You know, she's a chill person, she likes to call herself, and she really didn't emote a whole lot. So, and it was interesting seeing the Caitlyn Jenner jacket.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, Kyla was throwing so much shade at Liberty for being pro-Trump, and she was wearing the Caitlyn Jenner jacket, and I'm like, Caitlyn Jenner is pro-Trump. She's very problematic as an activist for the trans community, and I think it's great that she's living her truth now, but I think she's not necessarily the prime example of
she's not a good representation
of the trans community.
Absolutely.
I mean, she's against gay marriage. Just like, how can you be trans and be against gay marriage? I just don't understand that disconnect right there.
Or just be against equality, period. So
yeah, with Liberty being like an anti, I wouldn't want to call Liberty an anti-feminist, but for her to not believe in paternity leave, I was just like, how can you not? Like, I understand like having separate roles as like the mom and the dad, but paternity leave is just as vital to like a kid's growth as maternity leave is, and it's so important to have both. I mean, in Denmark and in other European countries, they get paid paternity leave, and those countries are one of the happiest countries in the world.
She said she didn't believe in paternity leave for men, which I still disagree with.
She doesn't believe in paternity leave. She believes in maternity leave.
Yeah, I totally disagree. I think, I mean, the guy's the father. If you have a child, like, why not? I don't know. Kyla, is it Kyla or Kayla? Kyla.
Yeah.
I've in previous episodes, I've always kind of said that I see potential in her, but she's never really wowed me, and I still stuck to that even to this episode specifically. I just feel like she's full of potential, but she needs to practice more. I'm still haven't seen like that really wow factor.
She reminds me of a deer that's like just learning how to run, like Bambi. Like she's still wobbly, but she's gonna be great one day. She just needs enough training and time.
She needs to learn how to move her body. She doesn't know her body and her angles and stuff.
And she has such a great body. Like, she has such a good canvas for makeup. She's so youthful looking as well, but she could totally, like, with a face full of makeup, you'd think she'd, like, walk in the New York Fashion Week runway, okay?
Yeah.
And speaking of the New York Fashion Week runway, the winner was Christiana, our girl Christiana, who's still in my top 3. So shout out to her. She's just killing in this competition.
She has the personality, the creativity, the weirdness, everything.
Yes,
Thanks,
Christiana.
She's won a lot of challenges so far.
Yeah, and Best Picture. Or did she get Best? Well, she got Best Picture in this episode.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think of the drama with Christiana? Or not Christiana, Christina. Our girl, the bacon eater.
I honestly hate seeing her get ganged up upon, but it's so easy because she's so unlikable and she has such a snooty persona. Like, she did what I did when, I was talking to you when this episode was airing, and there was this, Brendy K used the wrong word. She used the word retaliate instead of reciprocate, and I was, like, telling Ollie, it's reciprocate, like, as a joke. I was just being stupid. And then the fact that Christina actually, like, went to the measures to correct her on her use of vocabulary, her improper use of vocabulary.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, girl, you're already not liked. This is not going to help you. Like, you saying that your mom went to Yale and you come from a different background and you're correcting someone on their vocabulary usage when you're already being portrayed as snooty, you're obviously not self-aware or emotionally intelligent. Like, cool it. We know you know proper vocabulary. You don't have to correct Brendy K.
She's adding fuel to the fire, but it's smart for her because she's being seen as a villain in this season. So I think because of that, she's gonna stick around for a while. Like, they're not gonna cut her. Like, she's got to stay for drama, don't you think? Like,
I wonder if that goes into it. Does that go into it? Is it like The Bachelor?
That is reality television. Like, absolutely. Don't you think?
Yeah, of course. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a TV show.
Yeah.
But in the long run, when the show is over, whether it's for entertainment or not, it's not going to be a good look for her.
It's not. I agree with that.
So, I mean, not to say that she's not going to book any work because she is a good model. She has a great face. But that's what people are going to remember her for. And before she even steps in the room, they're going to be like, oh, Christina, the one with the bad attitude. So, yeah, it's working for her now. She's getting good camera time. But in the long run, sorry, girl.
I don't know. Well, speaking of Christina, she at the photo shoot, you know, with, might I say, we had some true queens in this photo shoot. Yes. Sorry, Ashley Graham. We had Drag Race alumni Valentina. We had Manila Lazon. And we had Katya,
Yes.
one of the best drag queens ever, might I say. So I was a huge fan because I love Drag Race. I don't know if you guys love Drag Race as much as me, but
I do, and I've met Valentina in person,
Yes.
and she is as fabulous in person as she is on the screen.
Where'd
so.
you meet her at?
I was somewhere in Hollywood. I was an audience member in a TV show.
Okay.
She was on the show and greeted the audience.
Nice.
Gracious.
They're all beautiful, might I say.
Yes.
So that was their co-star. They have to, and like you have to pose next to a drag queen. Like you have to stand out. Like it's so easy to like get in the background.
You
don't
better
think?
serve it when you're standing next to a drag queen,
Absolutely.
'cause they're not gonna hold back. So
Yeah.
They're very expressive. Like I
Yes.
feel like they already know how to work like every angle, and especially Runway. But
Don't you think it was so cringeworthy to see Christina? Because one of the queens, I think it was Manila, or maybe it was Katya. One of the queens asked Christina, "Who's the bitch?"
oh no!
Who's?
I feel like
it
one of the producers went up to them and they knew that Christina's
yeah.
the odd man,
It's
the odd
'cause
woman out.
Drag Race is also on VH1 as well,
Yeah,
so like they're
yeah.
a family, so they're gonna cause put some plant little
Yes.
seeds there, and
Stir in the pot.
Christina and Brandy aren't that close clearly, and Brandy's sitting closely behind Christina, and so she asks Brandy, and then she asks Christina, and Christina's kind of like.
and Brandy's staring at her, right?
Yeah.
Like, I wish you would say my name.
I wish what would have been really cute from Christina is if she would have been like, point to herself. Like, don't you think that would have been cute? Like make fun of yourself a little bit. Have some humility, don't you think? But we got to talk about the photos because these photos were a little disappointing, honestly, this week. Starting with Christina, who was really praised by the judges in her photo.
I thought her photo was awful. Like, I thought what it reminded me of, like, it was awful for editorial, but it reminded me of a movie poster. Like, if it's a movie poster for Cinderella or, like, for something where there's an evil stepmom and you're, like, the princess and your face is pouty and you're, like, looking sad, perfect. She nailed it. But for an editorial, high-fashion photo shoot, I thought it was, like, a caricature. Like, I was so shocked that Tyra actually liked it.
They all loved it.
Because it felt like she was just playing a character and she was just being very dramatic, and I think what they liked about it was that she took their advice from the prior episode where they told her to like tilt her face down so that she would be working another angle, and because she did that, I think that's why they liked it. But I thought it was awful.
I liked it.
You liked it?
I liked it. And to touch on what you just said, when you're modeling, you are supposed to be dramatic. You are supposed to be playing a character because you're supposed to be evoking the emotion for that shoot. And that's exactly what she did. Now, I'm not in love with the picture, but I don't hate it at all. Now, I think I would have liked, if I could just crop from, like her shoulders, just her face, it's a beautiful shot. But overall, I wasn't impressed with the entirety of the photo. But her face was beautiful. She had amazing eye contact. Her jawline was ridiculous. So I liked the picture.
I'm kind of shocked. Like, I wouldn't I don't know. I just didn't like it. It felt like Charlie Chaplin-ish. When Charlie Chaplin's like, and like does like the really sad, like over dramatic faces. Like, it just felt like that. It wasn't a fan.
I agree that I liked that she was bringing a character. She was trying to make something fun. Like, even at the photo shoot where you saw her, like, in action, moving and emoting as well. She did some cute things. And I kind of was disappointed that they didn't choose, like, a shot like that. Whereas they chose a shot where she lost her neck. She was just kind of like, that's literally, like, so I was kind of like, eh. But, I mean, I don't know. Christina, I really want a redemption episode for her. Because she's just been like, ugh.
And I don't even think she's that bad of a person. Honestly, if she had a different voice,
Yeah.
no one would think that she's being condescending, because so much of it is the tone of her voice, and I think she just sounds like a Kardashian, but like a hyped up Kardashian.
Yeah.
Kardashian, because her voice is so nasally and it sounds so condescending, and she speaks so slowly to the point where you feel like she's making fun of you or looking down on you. If her voice was different, I swear to God, I feel like people would not be so worked up about her.
I feel bad for her, honestly, just because she's doing this herself, unless it's editing, but it seems like she's doing it herself.
I can't believe she's 34 because
she looks so young. By the way,
she feels like a little one in personality and also in looks. Like she looks so young.
Well, we got to talk about our girl Shanasty.
Oh, she killed it.
She did a good job.
Hers was my favorite, like one of my favorite. Christiana, of course, killed it, but hers was, she killed that photo. It was.
She did good.
You just okay?
She did good.
Just
Just
okay.
I think it was
too.
a little relaxed for like a shoot like this. Like she did good. That's all I can say. Like,
Yeah,
but it was just
good.
a little too relaxed. It was pretty.
Yeah.
It was a pretty shot.
Yeah.
But
I thought she was
Same.
stunning. I agreed completely with the judge who said that their eyes went directly to her in that shot and
Yes.
kind of sidestepped the drag queen.
I agree
Because
with
that's how
that.
I was too. I like looked right at her and I didn't even notice anything else. I was like, wow, this is striking. And like her hair and everything, her eyes, just flawless.
I think my issue is just like, I feel like a lot of the girls didn't emote this week, and like this is a shoot. You're with a drag queen, like emote,
Yeah.
like have some fire in the eyes.
Oh, yes,
maybe
like that.
I know they actually told the girls not to smile a lot.
Yeah.
So I guess I can't say to smile because that's not what the creative director wanted.
You
But
can
I
still
wanted.
work it without
I know.
smiling.
I needed more fire. Like
Yeah, you got the
damn.
smiles down.
I felt like maybe they were intimidated by the drag
Possibly.
queens.
The larger than life personas.
Yeah, that's kind of what I saw for most of them. They were a little bit intimidated.
Maybe actually.
You know who
I never
wasn't?
thought about that.
You know who wasn't intimidated
Who?
this week? Christiana.
Yes.
Our
Oh,
girl.
yeah.
Yes.
This girl is killing it week
She
after
is.
week. I love her so much. She is my number one for sure. Total team Christiana. I know I'm biased, y'all, but I just wrote yas. And whenever I write yas in my notes, like that means it's like it's an 11.
I did too.
Yes, yes. But like just like her mouth was open, like not like she wasn't like
Yeah.
And she
But-
wasn't afraid to
she-
like kind of like sit on the drag queen,
Yeah.
like get into their space a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like I feel like everyone doesn't really think outside of the box the way she does. She just kind of like gets into it, like gets into the character. And I think we
Yeah.
got like a little teaser for next week too, with her like
Yeah.
screaming and going crazy. Like she gets into it.
Yeah.
And I love that about her.
Yeah.
She's phenomenal.
The thing about Christiana that she does that the other girls don't do, and Tyra has mentioned this in past seasons, she models from H to T, head to toe. Like, she uses her entire body. And like you said, she's not afraid to get into space. She works the set. Whereas the other girls, they pretty much stay in the small little square.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they do the little poses and that's it. When she gives the photographer variety.
Yeah.
And that's what makes her stand out because they have a lot to choose from.
Exactly. You want versatility. Tyra in past seasons is always saying you want to move.
Yeah.
You know, use your angles. You know, play around. Like, who wants just a bunch of film that's just like the same exact pose, same face? And I think Christiana, like, they have so much to choose from, like you were saying, and like to be against like Katya, like this was such a good shot for her. Like they totally like it was just very cohesive with her being with Katya because Katya is a character. Like if you know Katya, you know what I'm talking about. Katya, yeah, you know Katya. You know I know there's some Drag Race fans out there. So next is Brandy K, who kind of had a not so stellar photo. It was very stiff, I feel like.
Yeah.
I thought she was gonna be one of the
Axe.
bottom two, or like the third, like to the bottom two.
Yeah. Well, she was.
Well, she was called way before that.
No.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, I wrote exactly the call out order for this week.
Oh.
But she was in the bottom 3.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
but-
totally thought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they showed Brandy a lot, and Brandy was also previously upset in this episode because, you know, her coming out in this episode was very important to her, and she failed in the challenge. And by the way, I thought she looked amazing in the challenge.
did.
Like, I loved her
Not
outfit.
in the photo, just in. You mean in the challenge?
In the
right?
challenge,
Yeah,
the
in the
runway
challenge.
challenge.
she
I
did.
loved the bell bottoms, you know, the bikini, the makeup. Like, her eyes are beautiful.
Her
Oh
walk
my
is
gosh,
like.
her eyes are
I
stunning.
cringed at her walk.
Yeah,
It was
her
so bad.
Yeah.
But I still think she has like the most interesting look out of all of them. Like
Yeah.
she is striking. I think it's like a combination of everything. Like not just the color of her eyes, the shape of it, and how it's kind of like Amanda Seyfried-y in a way.
Yeah,
You know the
she's-
girl from Mean Girls and
Yeah.
Mamma Mia.
Yeah, she's one of my favorites. in
Yeah,
the
I like
competition.
Brandy K a lot. I
Yeah.
think she's gonna go far. She reminds me a lot of Halsey. Do you know Halsey, the singer?
Yeah.
Because Halsey has
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that short kind of buzz cut now, and I think she definitely has a look that's very current, like very present day.
Right.
But it was sad to see her do so poorly this week on a prideful episode. You know, we're
Yeah.
supposed to uplift the community of the LGBTQ community. So that was really unfortunate that she just didn't deliver. But Gina, who's also one of my favorites, killed it as well.
Yes.
What do you agree? I know
Yeah,
Ashley.
absolutely.
Yeah. I think she always does a pretty good job.
She does.
You're talking about the runway walk or
no,
the photo?
Photos.
The photos.
Oh, the photo, it was good. I wasn't like in love with it. I didn't think she killed it.
I
I thought it
loved
was
it.
good. It was good.
I loved it.
I wasn't in
I
love.
did too.
I'm so disappointed. I thought you guys were have my back. No.
I liked her photo. I liked her photo. I'm like in love with the shape of her head.
Yes.
It's like perfectly round.
Not
and
everyone has that either.
No.
Like I feel like if I were to shave my head or like
God,
I would look
crazy.
so weird. Like
I just think she's so darling. I think she's the shortest. I think she's 5'7". So she stands out in a weird, like, oxymoron sense. Is that the right word? I don't know, because she's like stands out, but she's the shortest.
yeah, no, she does.
I
She's a
think-
very unique look.
Yeah, everything else overcompensates for her.
Yeah,
I feel like.
so I love her. I really want her to go far.
Yes.
She didn't have a lot of screen time this week. But Erin, who was very Diana Ross this episode as the judges.
Loved
you loved
her.
it?
Loved her. This episode in general.
Yeah, I loved her performance, but I didn't really like the photo that much. But I can see that. I can totally see her channeling Diana Ross.
But I feel like her presence is commanding and strong. There's something about her presence. Like she seems so grounded, humble, but still confident. Like she just has like, and she is a mom, but she has that vibe too. Where
she's a grandma too.
Oh, we forgot about that. Yeah, no.
At 42,
Listen.
she is beautiful.
She looks
a grown
incredible.
woman.
Yeah.
She has a great personality.
Yeah.
She acts her age, and it was nice to see her kind of coach Christina previously in the episode. How she was like, "Girl, like I'm gonna be real with you. You have been like isolating yourself, and presenting yourself in not in a good light."
Mm-hmm.
So it was cool to see her coach Christina, and I think I want Erin to go far.
Yeah.
I want her. I don't want her to. I don't think she'll be axed yet.
No.
Because she has a lot to offer.
She's kind of floating in the middle right now. Like she's not the best, but she's definitely not the worst.
Mm-hmm.
And I do see her. She improves every week to me. Yes, I think she'll be around for at least a few more weeks.
I hope
Maybe.
so.
I hope so.
I know.
I really like her. I'm pulling for her.
Next is Sandra, who was okay.
Love her. I don't think she's gonna.
She's beautiful.
I definitely don't think she'll be in the top 3. Like
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I love her, but I just feel like the competition is so much strong. Like if you compare, for example, Sandra to Christiana, like Christiana model, like bam. I still think Christiana is gonna win this whole thing because there's no one
I
who
hope
looks
so.
like her.
I hope so. I really hope so.
But yeah, Sandra's one of my favorites though. I don't know what it is about her. Like I know like you guys think she's bland, but like I just think there's something about her that does kind of stand out to me, but not as much as like Christiana or some of the other girls.
I think she's bland as a model. I like her look overall. Like she's a beautiful girl, but as far as like when you're comparing her to a model who can do a print ad, runway, a commercial, she doesn't present that to me.
She's
at
just
all.
like YouTube. Like
she's
Instagram model.
You're a pretty everyday girl that's walking down the sidewalk, but as far as like someone who can command a room and really perform when it comes down to it, she does not do that.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I think she can like book a commercial. I think she's super commercial and possibly high fashion. But I don't think she encompasses everything in this show, what they're looking for. They want like a big personality as well as that, or at least some kind of interesting quirk.
I don't know why I see her doing like luxury and bougie brands, like just like dresses, like
she
prom dresses and like
yeah.
just like things that are like very like bougie and elegant, but nothing like weird. Like I can't see her doing the stuff that Christiana could do.
No.
That like fantasy or like just weird out of the box type.
Yeah, she's
photo shoots.
She's a commercial model.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of Liberty's photo? I personally
I
think
liked it.
I liked it as well. I think Liberty's very beautiful. I love her lips. And I can see where they were saying that it was coming off as a little actressy. Like that also, like her photo, I agree with what you said about Christina. Her photo looked like it was like a movie poster.
I think
Don't
the
you
reason
think?
I liked it though, when I really think about it, I think I liked it because whoever styled her did an incredible job, like with the hair and how it was like flipped out and voluminous and her makeup, and I just feel like whoever she always gets styled the best. Like she always gets like really good styling, and I think that's why sometimes I confuse if the picture is good with her just being like so pretty.
Just because
like she doesn't have to do a lot. Like she can literally just stare deadpan and I would still like her photos because she's so beautiful. But yeah, I liked it. I just didn't think she had to do a lot for me to like it.
Yeah.
I wasn't really feeling it this week.
No?
Like you said, she's beautiful. She's never taken like a bad picture. But when you compare it to the other girls, it was one of the more weaker photos. Now, randomly in judging when she's standing there in like a t-shirt and jeans and her hair in a ponytail. She's beautiful. Like I love when she looks simple like that. I almost feel like she's one of those pretty girls whose face can't handle a lot of makeup. So when it's time for like the photo shoots that require a lot of makeup, it almost like sets her back a little bit.
Yeah.
She kind of reminds me of Bryce Dallas Howard. You know who I'm talking about? She was in that one episode of Black Mirror also.
I love that's
love
my
Bryce
favorite
Dallas.
Black Mirror episode ever. I love me some Bryce Dallas Howard.
There's something about her, like about her facial expressions that reminds me of like there's just something where I think Bryce Dallas Howard when I see her. I don't know what it is.
I personally don't see that. But she reminds me of someone else though. But
we'll figure it out.
We'll talk more about Liberty in a second. Rio's was very portraity. Like I was like, okay, I was like Brio. Who the heck's Brio? Rio was another girl that I like saw in motion, you know, during the photo shoot, and I was like, okay, she's gonna get a damn good photo. But like they chose like this stiff portraity photo where she's just like kind of like. And I'm like, why are they choosing these photos?
Maybe
like,
it's her best one.
Maybe, but it's like, I don't know. There's just not a lot of shape in this.
Or do they like purposely choose the one where? I mean, because obviously the drag queen has to look amazing as well. What if the drag queen had a bad shot, but then it was the other person's great shot? They don't want to do that.
No, that's very.
I feel like that's what they did with Ashley Graham, last episode. They're like, we gotta make sure Ashley Graham looks good.
The other two girls look amazing, but Ashley is just kind of, her eyes are like, so we're like, no, we can't scratch that one.
Right.
No, that is.
I'd love to see that though, like just like a mistake in editing, like crap.
No, that is absolutely true. They gotta make their guests and their talent or their judges look good at all times.
Totally.
And last but not least, well, maybe least, was Kyla, who had a very weak photo this week. I personally think Kyla, I love her, but she had the weakest photo this week.
Yeah.
Like that, her stylist hated her, by the way. She had like that garter thing or that neck, whatever brace, and it.
The neck brace?
She had a neck brace,
God.
and it like. That you don't want to lose your neck. And then Christina lost her neck, but it looked amazing according to the judges. But
I love how the judge who told her that she lost her neck was literally wearing a high collar where he was losing his neck. I was like, the irony. I just like had to point that out.
That's the thing about modeling. Even though you can't see the neck, your energy in the clothes should be pushing through so you can see, even though you can't really see the neck, you should have the energy. I know you guys are laughing, but I'm telling you from experience.
It's true. You have to like giraffe it, you know?
Yeah, you have to.
And
you have
Kyla,
to push past the clothes.
Giraffe it. Just
giraffe it. iTunes listeners, we're just extending the neck. Giraffe. # giraffe it. But yeah, I agree. Kyla was very lackluster in the photo shoot. Yeah. Like you could see it in motion. She was just kind of like, like she was not emoting, and I'm like,
very relaxed.
Come on, fire in the eyes.
Yeah.
So this week's call out best photo was Christiana, which I think all of us in unison agree.
Yeah,
that was great.
That's unanimous. Yeah. Like I don't think anyone else thinks anyone else could have done a better job.
No complaints. Number 2 was Shanice. Which you love Shanice. I was kind of like, but also I can see like not a lot of girls did well this week.
Yeah.
But it was cool that Shanice was able to dedicate her photo to her sister, who's also gay and coming out, and possibly her family might not be supportive, but it was so sweet to see Shanice be in support of her sister.
Yeah.
So shout out to you, Shanice, and your sister, because that was so beautiful. And next was my girl. Gina. I was about to say Gianna because I know Mike's always just like Gianna, but I'm like, no, Gina. So she was number 3. Number 4 was Christina. Number 5 was Erin. Go Erin. 6 was Sandra. Meh. 7 was Rio.
I liked Rio's. Rio's I actually circled because she was one of my top, for this week.
I think it's just because Rio's so beautiful. Like, I love the platinum blonde.
That's the other thing. Like, she can do no wrong. I feel like she always looks good.
And I love her eyebrow, how it's like shaved.
The little thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is that natural?
Is that like a thing that you do on purpose?
I think it's probably like a eyebrow pencil.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm not good with makeup or cosmetology.
We gotta do that. That should be part of the challenge. We will like give you a makeover and just like get rid of a little bit of your eyebrow.
Okay, I'm down. And now we get to the bottom 3 this week, which was Brendy, Liberty, and Kyla. Brendy was not in the bottom 2 this week, but I thought she was going to be in the bottom. Did you guys think Brendy was going to be in the bottom?
Potentially, yeah.
Kind of, but I also, like, after hearing what the judges said, I was like, okay, it's going to be Liberty. And then I was like, my prediction was like, it's going to be Liberty and Kyla, and then Liberty's going to stay, Kyla's going to go home. I was so sure that Kyla was going home.
I agree. I thought it was going to be Brendy and Kyla in the bottom, and Brendy would stay and Kyla would go home. But also, Brendy hasn't been doing that well in the competition, honestly. I think she had, like, 1 amazing photo, or maybe 2.
It's been psychologically messing with her. She always has, like, some weird, like, reaction to the environment she's in. Yeah, she's very hit or miss, but she wasn't in the bottom. It came down to Liberty and Kyla, and I totally agree with you, Mina. Like, I thought Liberty was staying, you know, because they barely... Because their presence is so different. Like, I feel like... They were polar... I feel like Liberty has a strong presence, and I feel like Kyla doesn't, but I feel like Kyla internally has, like, a lot to say, a lot to offer. Like, just her saying that she was, like one of the leaders or, like, involved in Gay Straight Alliance and has been an activist in, like, all these different forms. I was like, okay, like, cool. Like, she has, like, a lot going on, and she cares about things. And I just thought it was so interesting that I really feel like this week the judges based their decision heavily on emotion rather than qualifications, which is super surprising considering last week. Yeah, like, I think they went with the fact that, oh, Kyla wants it more, so we're going to give it to Kyla. I also feel like they thought, oh, Brendy, like, it was so important for Brendy because she's part of the LGBTQA plus whatever community, that we're going to keep her because she really cares about this, and we want people who are, like, really passionate versus just taking pretty photos. I feel like that's kind of what went into their decision-making this week, because, like, last week, I was so surprised they didn't keep Cora around, and that they went with Christina, even though Cora had the better personality. But this week, they definitely, like, went with people who had more passion versus better photos.
I can see that juxtaposition
I was just
I think that they went on photo.
You really do? You think that Liberty had a worse photo than Kyla? You think Kyla had a better photo than Liberty?
But see, they both were not good photos, but if we look at the overall picture and who can actually win the competition, and you're picking between Liberty and Kyla, Kyla has more of that look. She has more potential to me than Liberty. Liberty's pretty, but can she book a do you really think she would be able to book a national campaign over Kyla? I don't think so.
Just because Kyla looks a little different. Like, Kyla's not traditional beauty. Kyla's, like, more, like, out-of-the-box beauty. Like, she has, like, different features, and I feel like...
That's what the show is like.
We've seen, like, beauty, like, Liberty in the past. She's, like, your typical girl-next-door blonde girl, and we've seen a lot of that time and time again, and we haven't seen a lot of people who look like Kyla, so that could be why.
That's what fashion is about. Like, they like the weird girl, someone who looks different, because if that was the case, there'd be a whole bunch of girls out here
looking like Liberty.
Yeah, who are models, and
not
that there's anything wrong with the way Liberty looks. Like, that's not it, but they always look for something, a feature that's gonna help you stand out, or something, you know, that one little it thing. And I feel like Kyla has that over Liberty. So if I had to pick on potential who I think can go further, I would have picked Kyla too.
I like her more.
I'm happy that Kyla is staying.
We both high-fived each other. Yeah, because, like, we were so excited.
When we were watching the show, like, we just got done watching it, and Mina and I were just like, oh my god, because we thought both that Liberty was going to stay. And so I was really shocked, because they definitely showed Kyla a lot in this episode, and Liberty was kind of, like, here and there because of, like, her political views. And I thought, like, she kind of was going to stay, because also drama reasons. This is me looking through a critical lens through reality television. But I'm really happy Kyla is going to stay, because I agree with what you were saying, Ashley, is because they want to see her improve, and I want to see her improve. I want her to kill it. And I think it would be also kind of crappy to keep the pro-Trump person for, like, a episode dedicated of Pride, LA Pride, or just Pride in general, about equality and everything. So it would kind of be kind of crappy to keep Liberty. So I guess it was kind of very, like, it was like, you know.
I do think this might be Kyla's last chance, though, because she hasn't been terrible, but she kind of has been.
She's been super mediocre.
She's been getting a little worse. So I think if next week she doesn't pull something out of the bag, she might actually go home.
Oh my God! Well, I can totally see that happening, but I would really want Kyla to freaking kill it.
Yes,
come on,
girl,
Kyla,
come on.
girl. Okay, so before we get into some predictions, I want to know your guys' top 3.
Ooh.
Because you want to hear mine?
Yes, you
Okay,
go
well,
first.
Top 3.
Obviously,
Christiana. Number 1. My second is Gina. And my third, I'm having such a hard time with my third. It's very interchangeable. I would say Brendy or Shanice.
Oh,
That's my top 3. I would say more Shanice than Brendy.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
I definitely agree with you on Christiana. That is like my top.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Sandra's one of my favorites, but she's not in my top 3 for who's gonna win. I definitely like am getting like Rio vibes right now. I feel like Rio's gonna like make. Like, she has a lot of strong assets. She won last week. We kind of forgot about her a little bit this week, but I think she's gonna like come in again strong later on. And then for my last pick, No, I'm just kidding. Not Christina. I don't know. I mean, Gina's the one who looks so interesting, but she's kind of flying a little under the radar for me. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to go with. I want it to be Brendy, but she just hasn't been performing. But I think if you give her a little more time, she could kind of come on top. Yeah.
Yeah, mine is Christiana, Gina, and I always go back and forth between Brendy and Rio.
Okay. All right. Nice. I like how we're different. Well, we kind of have.
We
have Christina.
But out of order.
Christiana.
Out of order.
Oh, I keep saying Christiana and Christina. I'm like,
they're so different.
Anyway, they're so different. But
can we give Christina a new makeover, please? Like, I think that's why she's the villain. It's because of the hair. It's the green hair is making her the villain on the show.
I don't know if you guys caught this. I mentioned it when we were watching it. Like, Christina had like a short bob
it
at
was
one
prettier.
point.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it was like curled up like this.
It looked way shorter. And
it was like Jackie Kennedy.
She has an asymmetrical bob, and it looked like lighter, and it looked shorter. So I'm like, is that like in the? I feel like that's like they filmed that like later on. So like maybe she's gonna be here for a while, don't you think? Like I analyze everything in confessionals, okay? So I guess everyone watching and listening, you should tell us your top 3. So before we leave, we got to get into a quick round of predictions because next week, this is an episode that's going to be based and dedicated to anti-bullying campaigns. And we're seeing these girls, they are going to be like a mess, old drama from their past is going to come out. They're going to be really emotional. We see Christiana, she's might have like a little breakdown, but like not like a mental breakdown, but like maybe
just a moment.
She might have been bullied growing up, and that's really sad. I can relate to that.
That makes her scream very loud during photo challenges.
What are your guys' thoughts on what's going to happen next week?
Now, your AfterBuzz
Dun, dun, dun.
predictions.
Okay. I think the person that's gonna go home next week is Kyla if she doesn't get it together, or Brandy K maybe. I don't want to see Brandy K go because I really, really like her. I can't even describe what it is like in particular that I like her, but hopefully she gets it together. And I am kind of excited to see this whole bullying thing happen because I think it brings a little humility to the girls to show, again, even though you're models and you're in the modeling world, you're still a human. They've gone through things. They've had their own stories. So I'm excited to see and hear everyone's story and what they've been through.
Awesome.
Who on the show is a bully? Like, who do you think is a bully? Because I don't think Christina's a bully, even though everyone, like, picks on her.
No, she's not a bully.
She's not a bully.
She was talking about, like, I've been bullied in this house. And I'm like,
even when she says it, you don't feel sympathy. I don't know why.
I'm like, Christina, I'm trying to root for you. I'm trying.
Because she never, like, takes any sort of blame for anything she does. She just, like, says, no, like, I'm perfect. She's like Katie Heron in Mean Girls when Tina Fey is like, anything you want to say, Katie? No, nothing. Anything you want to apologize for? No, I'm good.
It's hard to say who I think is going to go home. Mina, who do you think is going to go home next week? I think
I want to say it's going to be a tie between Kyla for sure.
Uh-huh.
Unless she steps it up, and Sandra. I hate to say that.
No.
I love my Sandra. But I think it's going to be like Kyla and Sandra.
I agree.
Condra.
No, I totally agree. I think Contra. I think it's Sandra because we haven't been seeing her a whole lot, and Kyla because I don't know if she's gonna. I want her so bad to like kick it up a notch, but I don't know if she's going to. But my final question, because last cycle there was a comeback girl. Who do you think has the most potential to possibly come back?
Cora,
if there is a comeback. We don't know if there's going to be a comeback this weekend.
Yeah.
This season.
I vote for Cora 110% because I love everything about her and I want it to be Cora. And she started off so strong. I feel like maybe she could have used that time that Tyra said she needed the 1 week, the 2 weeks to become the best model in the world.
Yeah.
2 weeks of training.
I agree.
Yeah.
I would like to see her back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think by let's see, when they get down to 7 girls, because that'll be kind of like half and half, I think that's when they would do the comeback. And I would say I agree with you guys, Cora, because she seems the most realistically to come back because she did so well, like you were saying. She was kind of cut like so suddenly, and I didn't think she was going to, but... Oh, wait, maybe I think I did think she was going home.
I did too.
No, I did. No, my bad. But, like, yeah, I think she can totally come back because she's so beautiful.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was the episode for this week.
It was a good episode.
You guys need to comment, ask us your questions. You know, we love talking to you guys on iTunes and in the comments of YouTube. So, one last time, my beautiful models. Say goodbye.
Bye, guys. You can follow my adventures on Instagram. It's a lot of fun, I promise. I do some really fun Insta stories. Follow me at Mina Makes Magic.
She does have great Insta stories.
Oh, yes, they are. They're so fun.
Thank you.
And I'm Ashley Allen. You can find me on all social media at Ashley Reed Allen.
Yes, guys, and I'm Oliver Drennan. Follow me on all social media platforms at Ollie Dreamer. Be sure to, on the Popcorn Talk Network on Tuesdays, tune in to Marvel Movie News at 2. And also check out Horror Movie News on the Popcorn Talk Network at 4, both on Tuesdays. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
These do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Good job, Ollie.